Hi, and welcome back to the Spare Room Convos Podcast. This is a podcast where we have conversations about various things in our spare room. I am Brendyn Ford, and as always, I'm joined by the awesome and forever beautiful Brooke.
Hey guys.
Brooke, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Honestly, it feels a little weird being back.
Why does it feel weird?
Just because I feel like I'm kind of out of it. Haven't filmed in a little while, so it feels like not as normal, but yeah. I'm excited though to be filming. So
Same here. And during our little layoff thing we had going on, our extended break, which we are sorry to those out there who stay in touch with our podcast.
Yes.
We had a couple of exciting things happen, I guess.
We did.
We got engaged last month.
We did. Literally exactly a month from today. Did you know that?
Which I guess is kind of a big deal. I don't know.
It is.
I'm joking. Yeah, so we did get engaged exactly a month ago today, since we're recording this on March 10th. And then it was your birthday yesterday.
Yes.
And it was a 2-day thing. We went to dinner Friday night in St. Charles, and then Saturday morning we went out to breakfast. Took you shopping, drank some wine.
All my favorite things.
Yeah.
All in one.
And of course, we ended it with Chili's. You know, that's the country's landmark. So, no, it was a great weekend. It was fun. Hung out with family. And then, of course, we were reading you were reading books, and I was watching TV shows, which is what we talk about here.
Yes.
So, I'm excited to get into that. Because the past month, we were talking about Love is Blind. Or we were watching Love is Blind Season 6.
Yes.
And then we were watching the Bachelor, which I'm actually not embarrassed to admit, but more shocking that I'm actually into that show now because of you. So
yes, and I've honestly never watched it before this season, and I'm shocked how much I actually like it too. Because at first I kind of was like, oh, I think this show's a little cringy, but you know, me and my reality TV shows, this is just another one that has like wrapped me up.
Yeah.
Around, so
yeah,
I've been enjoying it.
It's been good, and there was a shocker last week.
Yeah.
For me, you were like, yeah. I mean, I don't really care, but personally, I thought it was going to like win, basically win, as in like it's kind of weird to say like win. I guess they kind of win the show if they do.
I know.
Get engaged to the guy, but like. The person I thought was gonna win ended up getting just like booted off. I was like, oh shit, okay. Yeah. I didn't know it was like built like that. You know, I didn't know the show was built like that. So I don't know. And I think you showed me a TikTok of people who are in like bars watching it too. So I guess it's kind of like a big thing.
Yeah, like I think your reaction was funny. I was shook too, but you were funny. And then everyone. I don't think this is normal. Like people are like, this is the craziest thing in Bachelor history that ever happened.
Okay, so it's like. This season's more messy than the other seasons, I guess.
Maybe. I don't know. Like I have no really
context to it because I got you. Well, we kind of already touched on it. The rundown for today is we're going to talk about Love is Blind season 6. We're going to recap it, give our thoughts on it, give our thoughts on the couples. Disclaimer, of course, we haven't watched the reunion yet. That comes out on Wednesday. We were recording this on Sunday the 10th, so. I'm sure we'll recap that next time we record, hopefully next week. And then we're talking about The Bachelor. Mm-hmm. And of course, I think the last episode comes out tomorrow, right? Monday?
I don't know how it works, but yeah.
They're down to the final 3 now,
right? 3
right?
girls left, so I don't know what happens after that.
Okay, so maybe they either the winner's picked, winner in quotes, and then if not, then I guess it's final 2.
I was gonna say I don't know if they drag it out to 2. Yeah. I don't really know.
Okay. Well, either way, we'll get some answers tomorrow. Then you're gonna give an update on the books you've been reading because you've been just knocking them out.
I have,
which is great. And then I have an update on a show I've been watching.
Yes.
And then that'll be it.
All right. Let's get into it.
Yes. So let's get into Love is Blind season 6 recap. We're going to talk about the couples first.
Yeah.
And then the order in which we're going to talk about them. We're going to start with those who didn't make it to the altar, that they broke up, to those that end up getting married.
Yes.
So if you've not watched the season yet, do not listen to this episode yet. Pause it and come back to it when you finish binge watching the seasons or season 6, I should say, because we're going to spoil the hell out of it.
Yeah.
So we're going to recap the entire thing, so be warned.
Yeah.
So Brooke, let's start off with Kenny and Brittany.
Yes.
They didn't make it out of the condo.
I was really sad about them.
Yeah, me too.
like, in the pods, I was like, they're so cute. I, like, really like them. And I even feel like when they first, like, met, like, after they were engaged or whatever and they met, I thought they had a really good, like, connection, and they seemed sweet, and I was like, oh, like, I like this couple. They, like, actually might have been my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But then I feel like when they, you know, hit the real world and we're in the apartment together, I was like, who are these people?
I know.
I feel like their connection was, like, completely off. Like, Kenny, he seemed like a nice guy, but then all of a sudden in the real world, he, like, I don't even know how to explain him. Like, it was weird.
I mean, he was on his phone like 24/7. I saw a lot of like TikToks about that. It was just like Kenny was on his phone the entire time she was like, or he was with her. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, when they had like their last conversation before they broke up, and pretty much she was saying like, yeah, like, I don't feel like we have that attraction or that tension or something. And he was like, well, you talk about yourself. I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
And like I don't want to put words in his mouth or kind of like project what I think onto him. But like if you're on your phone 24/7, like, and again, like it could be like the editing part, like because they can edit the way that they want to. So maybe it's just kind of like skewed the wrong way or shown the wrong way.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're not really attracted to someone if you're on your phone 24/7.
Right.
So I don't know if he was just like saying that to save face. Again, like he could feel that way. Like he could be attracted to her and stuff like that. And I remember watching it. My first reaction was like, well, maybe he just like needs like a break and just be in his own world for a little bit to kind of like recharge himself. Because we talked about that before with like extroversion versus introversion. Like, you know, because I don't know if he's extro versus like introverted, but I know introverts need some time to themselves to like recharge, and being with someone kind of expels that energy. So maybe that was his way to kind of recharge himself and stuff like that. Right,
which I would give him that, but it kind of seemed like he wasn't like telling her that.
Yeah, I know.
Because even like right when they started moving in, she's like, you can get off your phone, you know? Like, kind of like.
And he was like, what?
But like he had like no clue. And even after they like had broken things off, like she seemed like upset.
Yeah.
Like I think she wanted to make it work, but like, I mean, it was right of her to say like, I don't think she was like feeling that attraction. And he was, again, like you said, he was like, that's a you thing or whatever. Yeah. But afterwards, like he was just like on his phone. He's like, we cool? Like just got back on his phone. I was like, bro, what? Like, I don't know. It seemed off. Like, I feel like maybe he didn't feel that way either, but just didn't really say it. But again, I could just be like making that up too. Yeah. But yeah, he just got right back on his phone and called his boy, and he was like, all right, come get me. I'm going. Like, what the heck?
Pretty much.
I don't know. They made me sad. I was like, dang, I thought they were cute together.
I definitely had high hopes for them too.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, well, at least they broke things off kind of early. Like they didn't really drag anything along. Again, like I think they probably broke up in the first week of being in the apartment or the condo or something. Yeah. So it's kind of was like whatever.
Which is the right thing to do. You know, some other couples, you know, they kind of dragged it out a little bit, but we'll get into that. Yeah. So we'll get into that now because these are one of the couples that kind of strung it out a little bit, but one of them cut things off once the other one did something really, really stupid. Yeah. And we're talking about Laura and Jeremy. Oh, man. This dude, let me just say this real quick. If you're going to share your location with someone, one, you can't use that as like, see, you should trust me because I share my location with you. And two, you can't lie about where you were at. Right. Once you share your location with that person. I mean, the way they broke up is just... It was so bad.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
He played himself so bad.
And he thought he did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Like you said, he was trying to justify himself. Like, I shared my location. Yeah, you dumb idiot. And you showed that you were at another girl's house. Like, are you stupid?
Yeah. For those that don't remember.
Yeah.
Or haven't, I guess, seen it. I don't know why you're listening to this or watching it. So yeah, you haven't seen it.
We already told you to stop.
Yeah. Jeremy went out with some of his friends. I think it was a mixture of guys from like the show or his actual buddies. I don't really know.
I think it was actually like his friends.
Okay, so he was meeting his friends out, and one of them said that Sarah Ann was there at this bar. And if you don't remember who Sarah Ann is, Sarah Ann was Jeremy's like number 2 in like the pod. So he chose Laura over Sarah Ann. And then, they went out to the bar, whatever. They must have been talking for a minute because the the next scene in like the actual show, Laura's like, where were you last night? You're out till like 5 a.m. Like you didn't get back till 5 a.m. So what ended up happening was he went to Sarah Ann's place to talk, which is already bad.
Right.
Like there's already grounds to break up there. But then he lied about where he was at.
Yeah.
To Laura and said like, oh, we were just talking and this place is like parking lot.
Yeah.
But it turns out the place didn't have like a park lot or something,
they don't.
right?
They don't have a parking lot. So he like caught himself up real bad.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I just like dropped her off too. And she's like, no, like, come on. Like, are you dumb? And like going into it more, Sarah Ann, after she was talking to some other people, you know, of course she had to show up to their little get together, you know, after everyone's released from the pods. And she's like, I swear we didn't like do anything, just talked. I'm like, bro, okay, till 5 a.m., bro? Like, no way.
Like, what do you gotta talk about? Like, that conversation at the bar should have been like, yeah, if nothing fishy was going on.
Yeah.
Should have been like, yeah, you know, I'm sorry things didn't work out. Assuming like I'm like, so like pretend I'm Jeremy talking to Sarah Ann. Like, yeah, I'm sorry things didn't work out, you know. I still care about you. You know, obviously we had that connection.
Yeah.
And this wasn't meant to be. That's like a 30-second conversation
which
right there.
Which is fine, right? Like, have that conversation. Like, this is
they talk for like 7 hours.
Yeah. It is not right.
It's like, what do you think is going on for 7 hours? Yeah. And then, of course, like, they had a little, like, party.
Yeah.
And Jeremy just being, like, a huge douche to Laura and was, like, hanging out with Sarah Ann, this and that. And Sarah Ann and AD got into a little bit because Sarah Ann was talking to AD about it.
Which I appreciate. I mean, it's not AD's place. I don't really feel like she needed to get in the middle of it, but I do appreciate her, like, calling her out and being like, so when you sent that DM, like, you knew they were engaged, right? She's like, yeah. And she's like, okay, good. I'm glad you're admitting that. Why did you message an engaged man?
Yeah.
She's like, well, I believe that, like, when you have something you want to say, you just say it. And she's like, that does not justify you messaging an engaged man. Like, you can have those feelings. She's like, I'm not feeling like I needed my feelings validated and I did it by sending that. I'm like, girl, like, an engaged man does not need to validate your feelings.
But like
anymore. Like,
the whole purpose of the DM wasn't even to get validation of her feelings. It was to plant that seed in Jeremy's head that she was open to being with him.
No,
because
exactly.
she literally said in the DM saying like, you know, I forget the exact verbiage, but pretty much said like, yo, if you having second thoughts about Laura, I'm like here.
Yeah,
like,
that's
she basically
what she
said that in the DM. Yeah.
Exactly.
So it was like,
it
wasn't like she was reaching out and get like closure or something.
Exactly.
It was to plant the seed in his head to take Jeremy.
Right, but that's what she was making it seem like she was doing. We're just like, girl, like, and AD's like, well, I read the message, so I know what you said. And she's like, well, I didn't say that. She's like, you did. I can show you. Like, I have seen it. Like, I don't know. Team Laura, that shit was crazy. Like,
yeah. I'm intrigued to see at the reunion what happens. I wonder if Sarah Ann and Jeremy actually got together.
I feel like maybe they did for, like, a minute, but I feel like, I don't know. Like, Jeremy gives me weird vibes. Like, I feel like he's not
he is weird a little bit.
Guy to be like committed to someone. Obviously he's like going behind his fiance's back, like trying to meet up with another girl. But I feel like Sarah Ann's also weird. Like, she's also making weird TikToks like, everybody just wait to see what happens.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
sheesh.
Girl, like, we're not gonna be on your side. Like, we don't care for you, bro.
Man, she reminds me of that one girl who did what was that dude's name? He got done dirty a couple seasons ago. Was it last season? I can't remember now. I know it was like she went by like Jackie. But I don't remember the guy. I don't remember the guy
Marshall?
she was with. Yeah, Marshall. It reminds me of that. She was all over she was all over like social media saying all of this stuff. And I was like, you know you're like the villain. Like, come on.
That's a good connection, yeah.
Stop trying to do this. Like, you know you're the villain. But Jackie was honestly way worse.
Way worse. Honestly, that girl.
We can argue if you feel like differently. We can argue about that all day long. Jackie's a whole lot worse.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah, so they end up breaking up kind of towards the end of the apartment period.
Yeah.
So they almost made it to the altar.
Yeah.
Another couple of them almost made it to the altar, and then this dude cut it off. Oh man, this whole relationship is kind of like a huge joke. It's just really sad to say. But that's Jimmy and Chelsea, and this is probably the most entertaining couple this season.
Honestly.
First of all, I mean, there's so much stuff like we can talk about this one. The entire relationship is almost like a series of like memes. Like going back to her saying she looks like Megan Fox.
That is a whole thing. I'm sorry. She does not. Just because you have bright blue eyes and dark hair does not mean you look like Megan Fox.
Yeah, I know. We can talk about that forever. And then Jimmy with like, remember Josie was whining about him not talking to her, or no, him not kissing her or something and talking to her.
This was the best.
He was like, I bit my lip hurts. I was like, bro, what?
I don't feel like talking. I ate taquitos way too fast. This man.
There's not even a real reason to not talk. Like, you can't talk that. Like, and he works in like sales, so he's talking all day long. He's like, you're working, dude. Like, you're so talking.
Funny. Every fight they have, I'm like, this isn't real, right? Like, I am actually dying.
Some of my favorite parts too is like, to say the word. I'll stop talking to my friend, the friend that like he had like a past relationship with. She's like, okay, I don't want you to be friends with her. No, don't talk to her. He's like, well, I'm not gonna do that.
yeah. That's what he said. He was like, just tell me you want me to take a step back. She's like, I'd like you to take a step back. I'm not willing to take a step back.
That was so funny. Oh my gosh.
His little one-liners. I'm like,
even the way they like broke up was so funny. Where she was like, yeah, I love you. I want to see a future with you. And he was like, I cannot go up to that altar. Like, he made her say all that stuff. I was like, bro, that's actually bogus.
Okay, during that scene, though, I was like, wait a second. Did he really just say that? Like, he slid it in there so fast. She's like, yes, I'm going to say yes at the aisle. He's like, I'm not ready to go. I'm like, wait, did he just say that?
He's like, I can't, in my good conscience, go down that aisle. Which is the right move. They were a train wreck. They were going to go down a bad path.
Awful.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, props to Jimmy. You know, he came up with a good excuse. He was trying to blame it on, like, Chelsea saying, oh, Johnny and Amy are the strongest couple. And he's like, I don't like that, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, you had huge other reasons to, like, leave this girl.
Yeah, he was just looking for something.
Yeah, so I'm like, good job finding something that can, like, get you out of it and not make you look as bad. But
the thing is, too, like, he didn't even have to need, like, to have, like, a fake reason. Just be like, we're not a good match.
No, honestly.
And, like, that's honestly would have been, like, everyone would be like, yes. Like, you guys are not. Like, you don't need to hang on to, like, you said we weren't a strong couple 3 times. It's like, dude, that's not I get what you're trying to do, but you don't have to do that. Right. Everyone sees that you guys suck with each other. Like, this is not good. It was so funny, and I'm intrigued to see what they say at the reunion. But I saw a TikTok that they were like grabbing food with each other.
Yes, like not too long ago.
Pretty recently, yeah. So I guess things are kind of smooth over, but I don't know if the reunion is live or not. I don't know when that was recorded, so I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just so intrigued by Chelsea too, kind of like swinging back. Like, this girl is just like so insecure about everything too. Like, she'd just be breaking down at any moment. And you remember when they were also fighting and she's like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I want to leave. And he's like, okay, like, I'm done. And then she was like, wait, don't go. I'm like, girl, like, her demeanor would change so quickly.
Oh my gosh.
Like, and the honeymoons too, she was like, I made me really upset. And then he'd say something and she's like, I love you. Like, talking in a weird voice. I'm like, what just happened in between those 5 seconds? It was just like her, I don't even know.
The entire thing was so cringe.
It's so weird. Like, I feel like we're giving Jimmy a lot of credit, but I'm like, okay, this man's not anything special, but I think it's just because she is just like so much.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're team Jimmy because like this man just does the bare minimum and she's just like always crying about something.
Yeah, it was a train wreck from day one.
Yeah.
And he should have gotten with Jess, and then Chelsea should have gotten with Trevor if Trevor was actually single, which is a whole nother story. I'm guessing Trevor had a girlfriend going into the damn pods.
Yeah, that like took me for a loop there for a second. Like, they literally like planned that whole thing out, apparently. Yeah,
they planned it out. He just went on there for like clout, I guess. We're gonna get more knowledge of that. I don't know, the whole thing based off the reunion trailer, because he actually shows up and they ask him questions about that. So we're gonna learn more about that. Like that's just clout chasing to like a T, and that's crazy. So I'm intrigued to see what happens between Jimmy and Chelsea, and then also like between Trevor and like the whole scandal there, because that stuff is wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Going up to our first couple that actually made it to the altar but said no.
Yeah.
AD and Clay.
I kind of liked them too. Like at first I was like, okay, they seem like a decent couple, but I don't know. They also like would rub me the wrong way sometimes. I feel like Clay would like be a little snappy sometimes. I'd be like, bro, why are you snapping like that?
He's so like the offensive a little bit.
Yeah, like when AD was like, oh, I would like you to spend time with me like after work, and he'd be like,
do you think I'm spending time with you?
Yeah. He was like basically like, no, and he'd be like, what do you even mean? Like what? All this stuff, and I'm like, I hated how he would talk sometimes. I'm like, lose the attitude, bro.
Yeah.
But also like, I don't know. I mean, he grew a lot, which I'd say is good for him. But also at the same time, him saying like his biggest fear is that he's gonna cheat on her. I was like, they aren't gonna work out.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, It's one thing to say like, I have a fear that you, like the partner, is gonna cheat on me.
He's like, I'm so worried I'm gonna cheat on you.
That you're gonna cheat on her. I was like, okay, this is weird. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it was weird.
There were definitely some like red flags to begin with. Like, for that, and then when he was like asking her like how she looked.
Oh yeah.
In the pod, and she was like, I'm here to like buy into experiment, this and that. Like, shouldn't be asking me that. And then, so you can kind of tell there are some signs there that's like, is he in this for the right reason?
Right.
And then even at the altar, he was like, yeah, I'm not ready for marriage. It's like, so why'd you go on the show?
I know.
So that's the end goal, to get married.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
It was kind of weird. He was kind of weird.
I saw someone make a funny comment on a TikTok that was like, or it wasn't a TikTok. I think it was a tweet. Someone famous. I don't know. But they were like, Clay, you went on there for an Airbnb like promo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because he has the Airbnb.
Airbnb and jet skis.
Literally. I'm like,
those were probably his jet skis that he rented out that damn party they had that
probably.
Jeremy and Sarah Ann were on. For real. I kind of felt it that way. I'm like, why are you on the show then? And you know, if he does really have like some like back end trauma of like his dad cheating on his mom, like taking him to like the spots, like that was the whole story. Like the dad would take him to his like cheating journeys, basically.
Dang.
Yeah, and stuff like that. If he does have hardcore trauma, then you got to work on that. Like go see a therapist or something.
No, for real.
Because there could be something in like the back end kind of is like not making him go forward with marriage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I actually felt bad for AD. I felt really bad for her because she was like, there's nothing really wrong with like, there's no like red flags or anything like that.
No, like
I mean, she seemed bought in.
Yeah.
I'm saying she really cared about this, and she went in with the right perspective too. For sure. And
yeah, I liked her. But
good thing she ended up with that one weird guy though in the pods.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she dodged. Like, Clay was a red flag, but that dude was like
that guy
5
was
red
so
flags.
Weird.
I forget his name.
I wonder if she like watches it back and was like, what the heck?
Like, you dodged a train wreck there.
No, remember when she told Clay that like she was interested in him? He was like, him, bro?
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
everyone knew that dude was weird.
Yeah. He was
everyone
like,
knew that guy was weird. I want him on the damn reunion. I just want him like the fucking crowd. He
Literally,
was crazy.
He was so weird. I forgot about that for a second. That was crazy.
I can't remember his name, say my life. I want to say like, was it Matt or did it start with like an M?
Oh God, I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I feel like you're on the right track, but I don't know.
Moving to our last couple. And this is actually one I can't say a whole lot because I didn't really like. They were good. Like there was no drama with them.
No, yeah.
Besides the whole like no condom or birth control stuff, which is kind of weird. But besides that, like there was nothing.
I know.
And that was Johnny and Amy. They ended up getting married.
Yeah.
And from day one, they seemed strong.
Really?
And it was one of those like relationships that it was strong the entire time. It reminded me of I'm blanking the names today. First season, Cameron and the girl that he got married to.
Oh my gosh. I cannot remember her name.
It's not bothering me now.
Lauren?
I think was it Lauren?
I feel like it is.
I think
I can totally be wrong.
I think you're right.
But yeah, they remind me of them too because they like automatically hit it off. Like had no issues.
Yeah, no issues. Super solid. No drama.
Yeah.
Since day one, they were like just like locked in.
And so I'm like, yeah, I really don't have any comments for them either because I'm like, okay, they got along very well. Like never saw a fight again except for like talking about like kids and the birth control stuff. So I mean, I liked them. They seem sweet. And I was glad they.
You are right. That was Lauren. So
okay, cool.
If y'all been watching the show for a long time, season 1, well, I think was it the first couple?
Yeah, it was the first season. Yeah.
Yeah, I think were they the first couple that got married too? I think
they might have been actually.
I think so. But Cameron and Lauren kind of reminds me of them. Like they were steady since day one.
Yeah.
And there was no drama or anything. It was two people who went in for the right reasons, connected, and that's pretty much it. It was just smooth sailing, and they're still married today, all back from season 1. And Johnny and Amy reminds me of the same thing. Like since day one, they were bought in, committed to each other. Of course, they had that emotional stuff, and then I guess they had that physical attraction. And then I did see it in like the trailer. They give Johnny crap for not wearing a condom because that was the whole thing during the season. Like they just didn't want to use like the proper stuff. I guess. I don't know. You know, to get it on, and I don't know. So that's like the only thing I guess that you could say. It was like, well, it wasn't really drama. It was just like a normal conversation. I guess try to figure yourself out. Yeah. So they were the only couple that got married this season, and there only were 2 couples to make it to the altar,
which is kind of
which is pretty embarrassing for the show,
honestly.
So we went through all the couples to give our recap. So I gotta give you a question here. I pretty much asked this after every season.
Yeah.
Do you think the show goes on? Like it's gonna be more seasons of this?
There definitely will be. I know they like to drag this stuff out. People eat this show up. I feel like there'll be another season. Can we say that the experiment has been answered? Yes. Is love blind? No.
Right. It can't be. Like, I feel like it's getting worse every season. Like less. I gotta look at like the hard data, but I feel like less couples are making it to like the altar.
Yeah.
You're getting weird stories now about people just like going on there for like clout.
Yeah.
Which I guess could have been said for seasons, like the early seasons, I guess. But now the show is well established. Yeah. Right. So like you get people who are dating other, like they already are in a relationship going on the show just for clout.
Yeah, which is weird.
Which is weird, right? So like they gotta do something. Like I don't know if people who run the show gotta do more like background digging on these people or something. Yeah. But like you gotta find more quality like people. Yeah, people to go on the show because you can't have people dating someone and like ruining the whole experiment. Like right now, it's just a reality TV show. It's no longer an experiment. Right. Which it was a reality TV show, but they tried to dox it as this is an experiment of like love. It's no longer that. It's not. Yeah, it's a full-on reality TV show now. Right. The experiment's over. We know love is not blind.
Right. It cannot be.
It cannot be. You only had a handful of married couples so far.
Right.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's fun. It's fun to watch.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna continue?
I feel like yes, because it brings in money.
Yeah.
But I won't be surprised if they don't.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. I won't be surprised if they don't.
Yeah.
But again, like I feel like they will because it's just this makes money for them. Yeah. It makes money for Netflix. It's one of their probably most watched reality TV shows.
Yeah, I think so.
So.
For sure.
Yeah. So that concludes our segment on Love is Blind Season 6. If you're watching on YouTube, let us know what you thought about it. If you're watching or listening to this on Spotify, I don't know how you're supposed to let us know how you feel about this, but yeah. So it was an entertaining season. For sure. I would say. I don't think it was good in terms of experiment, as we were just saying. Yeah. But let's see if they come out with more. I don't know. They will. All right, The Bachelor.
Woo, Bachelor.
The Bachelor update. Again, we don't know. We don't watch enough of this show. It's our first season really watching it. Yeah. If they picked the winner this week or not, because now that's down to the final 3. So we're just going to go in there like blind to see what happens. But Brooke, I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts on like the girls, who you favor, who you dislike, and who you think is end up like winning this thing.
Yes. Okay. So last time we talked about The Bachelor, it was honestly like first episode. So it's been like multiple weeks now since I've kind of given an update. So right now, again, if you're not caught up on The Bachelor, also don't watch because we're gonna go in.
Yes.
And say a little spoiler, especially from last week. So the top 3 left are Rachel, Daisy, and Kelsey A. Which I'm actually pretty content with.
Okay.
I really like Daisy and Kelsey A. I don't really have much of a say on Rachel. I don't love her, but I don't hate her.
She's pretty quiet. She doesn't. I don't think she doesn't really show her personality. Is that right? Do you think? Or?
I would say that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like I don't see her a lot. I feel like she's kind of just like mingling there, which I'm really shocked at because who went home last week? Maria.
I was shook.
Shook by that.
I was shook.
Literally, Brendyn cracked me up. He was like, I'm flabbergasted right now.
I thought she was going to win the whole thing.
No, honestly. We've been talking about this since day one. So actually, I feel bad. Don't go back to the last episode when we talked about The Bachelor. Because I said I kind of didn't like Maria. But here's the thing about me. When someone's like really out there, I kind of like don't like them at first.
Yeah, that's true. Because they seem kind of like... I get what you were saying. Yeah,
very like a lot, which she is a lot, and I feel like because I'm so like to myself, not really out there. Other people who are like that like make me feel uncomfortable or something. Yeah. But she grew on me. Like I kind of liked her, and I liked her with Joey. Like I can tell they had chemistry, and I was like, oh, I like them together. And listen, this man, I feel like, only admitted that he was physically attracted to Maria this whole season.
Remember that first episode? He was like, she's going to keep me on my toes. Yeah. That's code for, you know what? Like, come on.
Exactly. And I'm like, bro, he loves her. Like, I can tell.
He kept saying that. Like, she's going to keep me on my toes. Yeah. And he just smirked. I'm like, bro, we know what you're thinking here, guy. Come on.
And she would like change into a like sexy outfit, and he'd be like, "Oh," like, I'm like, "Oh, this man obsessed with her." Yeah. But I was really shook by that because I thought she was gonna be like top 2, honestly. Yeah. Like I was really shook by that. Yeah. But honestly, who I want to, I keep saying win. I don't know. It's not a competition. I guess it kind of is.
I guess kind of is, yeah.
But who I want Joey to marry is Daisy. I love Daisy.
She does seem cool.
She's cute. She's sweet. They seem like fun, like interacting together. But also, like, I wouldn't hate him with Kelsey A. Like, I kind of like how their relationship has been going. Like, their dates and stuff, they've been really cute. I'm like, wait, I kind of like them. Yeah. That's why I'm kind of, like, confused by Rachel, because I'm like, I feel like I don't see them as strong as the other 2. Yeah. But that's why I'm hoping they're the top 2. And, I heard there also has already been, like, spoilers, apparently, about who won, and I really...
Where do they find these spoilers from?
I have no idea.
From where?
Like...
Where's that even at?
Like someone told me they know who wins, and someone told me they like know who the top 2 are, and I kind of just I'm trying to like block out anything.
So about it must go to the next episode next week if there's a top 2.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
That makes sense then. Okay. Yeah. Well, okay. So your order is Daisy, Kelsey A, Rachel. Yes. You want Daisy to win. Yes. But you wouldn't mind if Kelsey A won.
Yeah, I like Kelsey A.
So anyone besides Rachel.
Basically, at
so you're just like screw Rachel. Okay.
Yeah, kind of.
I get it.
I'm kind of just like, I'm sorry, Rachel, if you watch this, but I'm sorry, like Rachel, why are you there?
Rachel's not gonna watch it. Don't worry. you can say whatever about Rachel. This is not gonna come across her at all.
I'm just like, Rachel, why are you there? Like, I'm sorry. It should be Maria, and I'm really sorry about it. Yeah. But
I really thought Maria was gonna be the one. I really thought so.
I know.
Maybe like the drama with her just got to him or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or like her she was family kind of gave him weird vibes because.
They were a lot. They were out there too, but I don't know. She kind of like ran this season, to be so real with you. Like
most drama was about her, kind of.
Honestly, like everything almost.
It involved her and yeah.
But throughout the season, I some people I ended up liking that like ended up going home were Jen. She was the one where they went like surfing and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
I just thought she was sweet and cute, and I felt like they had a good connection. But obviously, others are stronger. I feel like that's all they talk about the whole season. I have a strong relationship with you. I don't feel a relation. Like I don't know. They
I like that impression. I like that. Yeah.
Someone else I liked who I honestly thought was gonna be like a top 3 was Lexi. She was the one who had, I think it's endometriosis that she had, where she really wanted kids, like now.
Oh, yes.
I thought she's literally gorgeous.
Yeah.
And, like, I felt like they had a good connection, and I feel like Joey kind of felt sad, actually, that she, like, chose to go home.
Yeah.
Because I felt like...
It was just, like, it was circumstantial that they broke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is understandable, and, like, I feel like it would have been wrong of her to, like, continue, and, like, they didn't have the same wants and kids at the moment, so I feel like that could be hard, especially on her when that's what she like wants and can't really control it because of like the condition she has. So,
right.
But I really liked her, and then I also liked Autumn. I feel like she went home way too early. She was another blonde. Her and Daisy were on like the doubles together when they played like tennis.
Actually, I think I missed that part of the episode. I remember watching.
You might have. They were babies. Do you remember that?
No.
She also was on the one when they were like doing the sausages, and she kept really trying to get the sausage. Do you remember that?
Kind of. Like I can't put a face to the name.
I don't know. She's just a cute little bubbly blonde girl, and I felt like she was like fun, and I liked her and Daisy together. Maybe just because I like Daisy a lot so much, but I thought she was cute and sent home a little too early.
Yeah, I'm trying to Google her real quick so I can just put. I guess I kind of remember her, not really.
She was kind of like, I don't know, like I felt like she went home in the earlier episodes.
Yeah.
Where I kind of just was like, at first I was like, oh, she seems like cute and bubbly, you know, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, that's good though. I like your list. I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit.
Oh God, I'm scared.
Who is the person that you dislike the most?
Ooh, shoot.
Which is an awful question. Like, this is hate on someone right now.
I'm sorry. And yeah, I don't say people like hate or dislike, but I honestly can't even remember. That girl, annoying girl who was fighting with Maria and starting unnecessary drama, and
the blonde?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't remember her name.
Me either. That one was a little bit.
I hated her so much.
A little bit much.
Well, she would like say stuff, and it was so funny. Maria would be like, "You know, this is filmed.
Yeah,
it's all recorded."
You know, like,
and like she was like blatantly lying, and
yeah.
she was just like obsessed with Maria. I'm like, bro, what? I also kind of liked Leia at first, and then once that girl went home, was her name Taylor?
Maybe.
Or did I make that up?
Remember.
I don't know. Blonde girl, annoying. When she went home, then Leia's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe she went home. I hate Maria." I'm like, oh, now you're a Maria hater too?
And she just was starting stuff too for no reason.
Yeah.
I felt
She'd be like, I love the group date, but Maria's here. I'm like, girl, like, get a hobby. Like, why are you obsessed with Maria?
Yeah.
She'd be like, I'm loving dinner, but Maria's here, and I would just enjoy my dinner more if she wasn't here. I'm like, oh my God, like, all you can say is Maria.
Yeah. She was obsessed with Maria a little bit.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, girl, like, you need to drop it.
Yeah.
Like, she unnecessarily brought herself into that, and I was like, thank God you went home, because, girl, you were fine until you started obsessing about Maria.
Yeah, like, I want to... Yeah, she did start off strong, too, because she was the one who cried about the whole, like, getting to block someone's for a date, right? And she's like, I'm going to burn this because it's too powerful. I feel too bad. And all of a sudden, she's like, Maria, I hate you. I'm going to eat in the bathroom during dinner. I can't stand sitting across from you. It's like, okay. It's not, like, even your, like, fight.
But I saw Maria out of the corner of my eye, and it ruined my day. Like, girl, like, anything. It was...
I woke up and I saw Maria. My day's ruined. Like, okay.
Like, would turn it around. So,
yeah,
I'm anxious to see who wins, quote unquote, and I hope it's Daisy.
So I guess we won't find out for another 2 weeks if they're the top 2. So I'm actually kind of bummed. I was hoping to.
Yeah.
I might just Google who wins now.
No, do not.
I'm just kidding. I won't.
Don't ruin it for us.
I won't. I'll never say it. I'll keep that secret to myself. But Brooke, let's finish up the show here. It's already been going kind of strong here.
Yes.
Let's talk about the books you've been reading.
Ooh, yes.
You've been a bookworm.
Yeah. I've read 6 books this year already.
That's crazy.
It's March.
That's like 6 more than I read in like 3 years.
Yeah. I've read 3 books a month, basically.
Wow.
And I'm reading another 3 right
Impressive. now. That's impressive. That's awesome.
Yes. So, basically, my book update, I feel like I'm in my memoir era.
Okay.
Like, I'm reading memoirs. I'm doing it, a bunch of them. And I really love them. Like, I don't know if it's, like, interesting just learning about someone's life or something, but they've all been so good, too.
That's good.
So, most of the memoirs, honestly, I haven't, like, read. I've just been listening to them. But I count that as reading.
So we'll count it. We'll allow
so.
it. We'll allow it.
So, the first one I read, actually, I don't know if this was the first one I read. I'll start with the first one that I think I read. Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I don't know who she actually is, and that might be me being, like, dumb and oblivious to who she is. But I saw people, like, talking about, OMG, this is, like, a great book to, like, read in your 20s kind of thing. And she basically, that's what she does, is, like, talk about her life from, like, her throughout her 20s until she's 30, and, like, basically everything she's learned about life, love, friendship, work, all this stuff. And it was, like, really cute. It wasn't anything, like, crazy, but I really liked it and resonated with a lot of it. Like, going in through your 20s, I'm like, wow, all this is relatable. I feel like people say that, like, oh, everything in your 20s, like, is the same, but I feel like you don't always realize that until someone, like, talks about it. But she talks about, like, friendships, and I feel like that's one thing, like, I really struggle with, like, into my 20s is, like, she would talk about her childhood friends and stuff that she would have and be like, oh, like, our relationship's never gonna change, and she's like, don't say that, because that's not true. Like, we're not gonna be having sleepovers and the first person you want to call anymore. Like, now you're getting married and you're having kids. Like, our relationship isn't the same. Like, friendships change and that's different. I was like, dang, that's, like, so true. Like, I feel like that's why it's so hard to, like, manage friendships in your 20s, because, like, it's just, like, a changing part.
Yeah, there's a good amount of change
of your life. So it's from, like, going from, like, just, like, growing up, becoming an adult kind of thing.
People, like, spread out too and stuff like that. Right.
Like, it's so hard to, like, manage a friendship. And I feel like she talked about, like, different friendships she has gathered and stuff. But I don't know, it was just nice to, like, resonate and, like, hear her stories. She is British, so it's, like, fun to hear her talk and, like, talk in British slang and stuff too.
I like it.
And talk about, like, her party life and stuff. It was funny. So that was pretty good. Then another memoir that I listened to was Matthew McConaughey's Green Lights. And I really liked that too. Yeah, like, I was really shook by some of the stuff about him. Like, that, like, line was one of the first lines he's ever said on film.
And it's legendary.
No, actually, like, so many of them.
That line made him so much money.
No, actually, like, that's what people know him by. It kind of
sparked his, like, career.
And almost. He, like, literally, it wasn't even a script. Like, he just improv that.
Yeah. That's like, wow. That's amazing too. It's awesome that they, like, kept it as well, like, within the actual movie.
Yeah, and he literally his first thing ever recorded.
That's crazy.
And I was, like, shook by that. I was like, I didn't realize that was, like, the first thing he'd ever said in a film.
Yeah.
There's another line too that people say a lot from him. Oh, like the Livin' one, Livin. Like, he made that up too, I think.
Oh, another, like impromptu type of things. That's cool.
Like, a lot of the stuff that he's really, like, famous for is stuff that he just, like, came up with on the spot.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of stuff is like that. Like, a lot of stuff in, like, film is like that. Like, the stuff that he just rattle off. It's like, oh, yeah, that works. And then ends up being so, like, famous. And
what was another one? Oh, yeah, the Wolf of Wall Street, when they're, like, like, banging on it. He made that up, too.
Which is awesome, because you can tell Leo had no idea. He was just, like, following along with him. He was like, okay. Like, and it made it so, like, genuine feeling. Like, you know, like, Leo was actually, like, confused by what was going on.
No, actually, because, like, Matthew McConaughey, I guess, would, like, do that in between, like, sets to, like, calm down, I guess, refocus or whatever. And Leo was like, let's do that, like, in the film kind of thing. And, like,
so you actually saw it happen.
He had, like, some idea of it, but I think he kind of, like, brought it in his own way.
Yeah.
But, he was just, like,
I thought Leo was 100% lost with it.
I mean,
like,
he probably
had no
was.
clue, like,
he probably didn't know, like, how he was going to bring it in, but he, like, would see him do it, and he's like, you should do that.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So, his life was interesting too, like his upbringing and like what he had been through. I feel like it's just interesting to hear about, celebrities and their lives, like, can be obviously relatable to our own. I feel like sometimes they get so brought into the spotlight. We're like, oh my gosh, a celebrity, but then we forget that they're literally just like normal human beings.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so it was interesting, but then like the green lights, I don't know, it's not really a metaphor, kind of. It is, but he was basically saying that like you might be like at a red light or a yellow light in your life, but it leads to a green light.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's kind of like all these things leading up
just
to like
keep on like
things.
moving forward, kind of.
Yeah. So he like would talk about that in his life, and every time he would tell the story and say something good happened, he'd be like, green light and stuff. So it was cool. And then one I'm listening to right now, Down the Drain, by Julia Fox, her memoir.
Mm-hmm.
Wild ride. Like, I'm truly entertained right now by her life. It's pretty crazy. I'm not like through it that much. I'm probably like, I don't know, 20 or 30% done with it. But
yeah, so you got a little bit more.
This girl's life is wild. Again, like people I like don't realize. I'm like, dang, this girl, Uncut Gems girl, is
the
like,
muse.
my muse is like been through it. Like,
yeah, some crazy stuff.
No, actually, like her family life, drugs, alcohol at like 11. Like this girl is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been really enjoying memoirs a lot. So yeah, that's my memoir spiel. But one book. Listen, this is the worst book I think I'd ever read in my life.
Oh no.
And I don't normally say this. I don't know why I'm so hard at giving a ranking on a book sometimes. I'm like, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or the author's feelings reading their book. But this book has got to be the worst one I ever read. Things We Never Got Over. And listen, you people on TikTok probably know this one because people always like, oh, read it. It's amazing. It's blue. It has flowers on the front of it. You probably know it. Listen, it is the worst book I've ever read in my life. Why is this romance 500 pages long? I don't know, but it was horrible. It drug on way too long, way too cheesy. The nicknames were cringe. It should have ended at like 200 pages.
How long is it?
Like 500.
Oh, jeez.
Is
that the one you read for like book club?
No.
Oh, it's the one you just read for like fun?
Yeah.
It was not fun?
No.
Why'd you finish reading it then?
Well, here's the thing. I started reading it, and then I got to like 200 pages. And for some reason, I thought it was like 300. I was like, cool, I'm almost done. I look at the pages on my Kindle, 500. I'm like, you're joking.
Oh, gosh.
So I felt like I was in too deep. Like, I needed to finish it.
Never. You're never in too deep. I would have stopped reading that thing so fast.
Listen, I probably should have, because I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that sounds like torture.
It was too much.
Reading a book that sucks is torture.
Yeah. And I'm sorry if you like this book, but I couldn't do it. It was real bad. But with that being said, I need a book now that's going to, like, shake me up. Like, I need something. I've been enjoying books, but I've also at the same time been feeling bored. Like, nothing has, like, left me like, oh my God, that book was amazing.
Yeah. You need, like, a good, like, gut wrencher or something that just moves you, like, emotionally.
Yeah. Or something. Like, leave me shook, make me cry, make me
okay.
scared.
Right.
I don't know.
I just want to feel something
like,
in my life. I just want to feel emotion.
No, for real. Because I feel like for such a long time with, like, books, I was, like, reading and then I was, like, left with, like, oh, my God, I wouldn't, like, shut up about it because it was, like, so good. But, like, I don't know. The books I've been reading have been, like, good, but not, like, amazing where I'm, like, talking about them 24/7. Like, I was
trying to Google a book for you, but I can't find anything good. You just need to you need to read The $1 Million Weekend with me.
Okay.
Start a business. That will shake you up.
Yeah, listen, I probably will be really bored reading that. But I will read it to entertain you. But
so I found this article. It said it's like 40 books they were excited to read in 2024. First one is called The Heiress by Rachel Hawkins. So there you go.
Can I see it?
It's a New York Times. It's from the New York Times best-selling author of The Villa. You can probably read The Villa. This is the same author. It's a New York Times best-selling book.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What else is on there?
The Heiress. We can go over this offline. There's literally 40 books.
Well, I am reading a thriller right now, which is pretty interesting. I forget what it's called. The Lies Between Us, maybe? I'll look it up really quick. And I'm reading my book club book, which is supposed to be shaking me up. So hopefully that's going to get me going too. My book club book is called Boy Parts. Yes, it is what it sounds like to an extent. So it's this girl who takes explicit photos of, you can guess. And I don't know exactly where it's going. I'm not super far into it yet, but basically, like, I can already tell, like, she's got a eating disorder. She's into drugs. Like, I think her life's going to spiral a little bit. She's kind of gotten in trouble a little bit with taking these pictures. So, I don't know. I feel like she's going to just lead into some drama.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that from my book club member that this book is good, but, like, kind of effed up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, like, good, but, like, effed up. So, I don't know. I'm kind of interested to see where it goes. Yeah, I was right. What Lies Between Us? Sorry, I think I said The Lies Between Us. What Lies Between Us is I don't know if it's a thriller. I don't know. Mystery, kind of. It's about this daughter and this mom that live in the house together, but, like, I don't know. She's, like, chained up in the attic, not allowed to leave the house, and they've had some drama between their lives. I don't know. I'm like, why is she trapped up there? What did she do? So, I don't know. It's kind of intriguing. You gotta
read it. You gotta read it to learn. See what happens.
I'm not super far into that one either, but I was kind of shook by that. So.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it sounds good. It's only, okay, so there are a lot of books out there. You just gotta just find the ones that are exciting.
That's why I'm like, that's why normally I turn to, like, a thriller or a mystery or something, because that will normally get me.
Yeah.
Like, those are the books that entertain me the most. I think it's just because that romance was so freaking bad, and that I'm like, I don't even know if I want to read romance again, because that was just bad.
Yeah. No, 100%. And for those out there who are also bookworms, what's the IG handle for your book club? So they can follow that. The book club that you're a part of.
Rockford Book Broads, but it's like, oh gosh, hold on. RKFD Brook Broad.
Wait, say that again. Say that one more time.
It's Rockford Book Broads, but, like, the handle is, like, RKFD, shortened for Rockford Book Broads. Okay.
Well, if you like, could you guys post what books you guys are reading, stuff like that? That's cool. So if you are a big fan of books and, like, reading all that good stuff, you know, it's good. It's good for, like, the brain.
Check it out.
Follow the IG handle.
Yes.
Yeah.
They make cute videos too.
Yeah. Yep. That's awesome. Cool. Well, you have anything else to say about books before I move on to the show I've been watching? We can wrap this bad boy up.
All yours now. That is all my book update I've got for now.
Cool. All right. So we're coming up to time a little bit. So I'm kind of going to speed run through this. I've been watching a show called Resident Alien on Netflix. It's a comedy drama, sci-fi based. It's more comedy than it's drama. It's very, very funny. I find myself just cracking up on it. And I think the reason why I find it so funny is just the writing is really, 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 really good. Mm-hmm. And I can't really explain it. It's just like the jokes they drop, and it's like subtle jokes too. Yeah. It takes you a second to, like, know what he's saying, and I don't know. It's funny. The first 2 seasons are on Netflix. They're about to film the third, so it's a good spot for you all to jump in there. I think it's like a 90. I think it's like a 90 on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Oh, dang,
it's a
that's
show. It's
pretty
pretty highly rated. And it's more than just like an outer space, you know, creature trying to make its way on Earth. Uh-huh. There's a cool underlying theme with the show, and it's like the creature's learning how to be more like human, and he's kind of learning the way of humankind through this, like, experience. So he comes across things like, you know, trust, pain, love, right? So it's pretty cool show. Again, watch it. It's on Netflix. Resident Alien is what it's called. Yeah, it's good. It's good. That's all I can really say about it.
I'm not, like, continuously watching it like you, but when I do, like, pop in and watch it, it is really freaking funny.
It's so funny.
Like, I wasn't expecting it to be funny.
Me either. I thought it was gonna be, like, super weird. I was like, okay, and I was like, oh damn, this is actually really, really good.
But yeah, it has a good storyline, and it's just really funny. I like it.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Cool. Well, I think that is a show.
It is.
Episode 31 in the books. Again, quick recap. Talk about Love is Blind Season 6, The Bachelor. Brooke gave some awesome updates on books she's reading, books that she just hates. And then I gave an update on the shows that I've been watching.
Yes.
Cool. Well, if you've been tuning in this entire time, thank you. Please sub to the YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube.
Yes.
Please like the video if you're watching it. If you're on Spotify, please follow us. I don't know if it's possible to like a podcast episode on Spotify.
I don't think so, but you can give us a rating though.
Yes, please give us a rating. You know, if you like it, please give us 5. If you hate us, give us 0.
Please give us 5 still.
And that's pretty much it. You know, I know we've been pretty bad with staying on the schedule. Hopefully, we get better with that.
Yes.
But
our goal too.
Yeah. So we're hoping to release every weekend from here on out. And if we don't have anything good to talk about, we'll just shoot the shit and see what happens.
Yep, we got it.
Yeah, cool. All right, then. It's been Brendyn. It's been Brooke.
Yes.
We'll see y'all next time.
Thanks, guys. Bye.